In this video, we're going over 10 secret tips that pros do not want you to know inside of Grow a Garden 2. We're going to be covering everything from how you make tons of money, how you get ginormous plants, and all of that good stuff. All that I ask from you guys is to watch until the end of the video, that way you know about everything, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss out on any more, and we're on our way to 550k, so it would mean the world. Thank you. But in this game, there's a bunch of things that you can actually do in order to consider yourself a pro player. As you can see over here, I have 6.7 billion shekels, and I'm not even joking, it just happens to be that. And well, if we take a look at my garden, it looks even more insane on this side because I quite literally have all of the best plants in the game, including some of the brand new Hypno Bloom that is in my garden over here. And I do still have one more of these, which I'm going to show you how you can enter for a 2x chance at winning this. So stay tuned. I will put it somewhere in the video. But the first simple and important tip that I can give to anyone is that you want to place plants on top of each other as much as possible, similar to what I have done inside of my garden over here. Literally all of my plants are basically in this area, especially my most important ones. This is something that every single pro player follows because for something like the Dragon Breath, since it goes up pretty straight, you can have so many in one area. And the reason you want to do this is so that way when you're regrowing them to be very big in size, you can just use one single set of sprinklers or watering cans without having to, waste a ton across your entire garden. And also it makes collecting things easier. I mean, you just grab your carpet, or even if you don't have a carpet, you can just come here, stand somewhere on your stuff, and just hold down E in order to collect everything. And oh my gosh, there's a rainbow moon and a snowfall event going on at the same time. What the heck is going on? It feels like we're getting an admin abuse. Tip number 2, you should only sell the fruits with the greatest value in your inventory that have high multipliers. Okay, first of all, a rainbow seed spawned, so sorry for getting distracted. We gotta make sure you're constantly grabbing these, okay? So secret tip, when rainbow events and stuff happen, definitely go for the seeds if you can. But by what I mean with high multiplier is if you actually go to the sell NPC, there is now this brand new button called view sell prices. This option is fairly new. It was not in the game before a few updates happened. So if we go ahead and press it, you will see it brings this menu up. Now, it could be a little bit confusing depending on if you're like 5 years old or not. But every single fruit in the game actually has a multiplier that applies to its base. For example, this one is at a 1.16 times multiplier to this base for the Hypno Bloom. That means you have to take the base of the Hypno Bloom and then multiply it by the multiplier, which is 1.16, and this will technically be 11,000 shekels at the very base with no mutations, of course. Oh my gosh, bro, another rainbow seed. How am I getting so lucky right now? Hurry up, collect it before the event ends. There we go. But basically what that means is I would be making the most money selling it when the multiplier is high, because every 10 minutes these multipliers actually change, and it happens for every single fruit. Matter of fact, you can get things to be 2 times the value. This is a little bit more rare, but as you can see, the ghost peppers were 2 times, so it would be selling for 5,000, which means it's very beneficial. And if I have any ghost peppers like I do in my inventory right now, that's when I would basically want to sell it. As you can see, just off of a few seeds in my inventory, I can make 122 million. Now, just for you guys, I'm actually gonna take a gamble over here. Let's go ahead, double or nothing that. Come on, are you sure you're risking your entire inventory? Yes, let's do it. And oh, okay, we got the double or nothing. Let's do it again. Come on, please, please. Yes! Oh my god, we got a 2 streak. Okay, I'm taking it, bro. Just give me it. And look at that, we are already over 7 billion shekels that easily. So once you collect every single important thing in your garden, make sure you just hold on to it until there's a time where it's really worth selling with a good multiplier. And it resets every 10 minutes, so you can just keep checking over and over. That's literally going to allow you to make significantly more money, okay? So it's very important. Tip number 3 is you don't need to use one of every single sprinkler for max growth like you did in Grow a Garden 1. The way sprinklers work in this game are a little bit different, and matter of fact, if you were to use one single super sprinkler, that does the same thing as using every single sprinkler in the game. So you really only need to just use one of these or use a different combination, which I'm gonna go ahead and show you. But in order to do this, first let's go ahead and collect every single pepper inside of my garden over here, or also dragon breaths, because like I said, I want to go ahead and clear up this area. That way, once we sell everything and you know, just regrow everything, we can get things to be super big in size. So the idea is we're just gonna go ahead pick up everything real quick. And while I'm doing this, you are going to want to use things like the unicorn and the dragonfly pets if you guys actually have these. If you don't, it's perfectly fine. I mean, it's just a preference to actually have these because they're going to earn you tons of money. All right, let's go ahead. Just hold down E, which is another kind of tip you can do. You can just hold down E and collect everything in your garden. But you can tell I have so much plants here. If I just hold E, it's non-stop collecting. Like, I will never run out of collecting. And that's because everything here, once mutation events happen, you know, everything gets striked at the same time, especially for, like, lightning. A lot of these guys have the lightning mutation because one strike hit everything at once, which is super overpowered, and that's honestly the most important reason for you doing this. There we go. Just for collecting that jumbo amount of plants, I have already gotten, as you can see, 446 plants in my inventory, and if I were to go ahead sell it for the daily deal, I could get almost 1 billion for that. So to say it's overpowered would definitely be an understatement. But now what you want to go ahead do is literally just place either one super sprinkler or use any formation of sprinkler plants that is going to equal a 100 times multiplier, meaning you can just use one legendary and one rare, or if you want, you could use a rare, a common, or sorry, an uncommon, as well as a common. The size luck bonus is the thing that you care about. Growth speed doesn't really matter. Most plants in the game will grow to the things that you actually end up placing anyway. So hold on, let's go ahead, get that pepper. I did miss a few things, bro. There's just so many things. It's hard to actually make sure you get everything. All right, I think that's all. So all I'm going to do is place a sprinkler somewhere down in the middle. That way, literally everything in this area is getting it. And then all I'm going to do is super watering can it. You can use the normal watering can. It doesn't matter. But look at that. The plants that are growing are absolutely massive. Look at that dragon bread seed. And look at all of these peppers. They are ginormous. That is what you want to happen. On top of that, for anything that, you know, didn't get affected by my super watering can, like these ghost peppers on the side, I can just come here and water them a little bit. The ghost peppers do grow a little bit easier, so some watering cans will definitely do the job. Same for the hypno blooms. Let's see. How big did those actually get? I can't really even find them because they're so jumbled together. Here we go. It's grown. And look at that. It's 30 kg. So it's already going to be selling a lot higher than its base. And once you know, have the sell multiplier and all of that, it gets so OP. And that leads me on to my next tip. You never want to actually just simply sell your inventory at this guy. That is not an option you ever really want to be clicking. These two options, sell inventory and sell this, are pretty bad. I highly recommend you guys actually just save up your shekels or I guess your plants in order to do the daily deal. You can only do it once a day, but it's significantly more worth it because you get like a 2.5 times multiplier no matter what. And if you want to actually be able to carry more things, which is another important tip, is you can actually just, first of all, unequip every single pet and then equip the turtle pet. This is a very simple pet to get inside of the game, but as you can see, for every single one of these you have equipped, you get a 10% additional backpack space, but it is going to slow you down. So what you want to do is literally just pick up the turtles, equip all of them. So there we go. Boom. I'm just going to equip a full team just like so. And hold on, I can get one more on it. There we go. And as you can see, I'm walking super slow. But guess what? What you can actually do is make your way to your plants collect them, and after you go over the inventory limit, you can still unequip the turtles. It will keep your inventory full, and you'll actually be above the inventory limit, so it's kind of like a little glitch. I don't know if the developers want you being able to do that, but that is a little bypass to it, so definitely take advantage of it. And I mean, after you're done, what I would do is just re-equip your unicorns, so whatever goes back on turns out being rainbow or gold if you have the dragonflies. And if you don't have these, it's perfectly okay. It's just my preference to have these on all the time. That way I get multipliers on my plants no matter what. Tip number 6 says, if you actually want to make your garden unattackable, basically unlike what I've done, I know I'm a pro, bro, but like I should have totally done this. But if you want to make your garden literally unattackable, you can place fences all around it. That way the only bypass to it is the flying carpet. And even that, they cannot actually leave your garden. There's one single crate inside of the game that stands out far more than the others, and it's surprisingly the cheapest one. It's the light ladder crate, and this has multiple options in it, so whatever you actually get is helpful either way. And what you want to do is go ahead, just open a bunch of these. So a ladder crate, here it is. I have 2 of them, but I just know I have lots of it in my building tool. But there we go. We just got 2 dark oak ladders, which doesn't really matter what version you get. But what you want to go ahead and do is come here to your garden and you want to start building. So the way you want to build this is actually place it on your fence like this. And there we go. And you're just going to do this all the way around. So this is a little bit costly. You don't necessarily want to do this until you're further in the game. And then literally all you do, bro, is at the top, right before, you know, the ladder finishes, you want to place a differently pointing ladder, kind of like this. This will prevent people from, you know, just climbing up the ladder, and there will actually be almost no way for them to get through. There is some glitches they can do, but the thing is, once they actually try stealing your fruit, they will not be able to use the flying carpet or probably perform any of those glitches, since they're going to be a lot slower. So there's really no escaping. And well, if you got like peppers all around your garden, there's just no way they're gonna steal it. It's too hard. Those things will actually attack the players, so it's very beneficial to actually place these around the garden. The only thing is, you're just gonna need a lot of fences, bro. The bigger your garden, the more fences you're gonna need. And yeah, you're just gonna want to place it just like this all the way around. And some ladders are taller than the rest, so use the ones that are taller in case, you know, you don't want to spend as much. Tip number 7, and I actually consider this one as one of the most important ones, especially during the current guild event that's going on, because as you can see, the guild event says it only counts your single biggest sales, so you want to earn the most shekels as much as possible in one single go. And for this tip, if you actually use an alt account or a public server to steal once your inventory is full, for me, I would have to get 1,450 fruit. But for you guys, it's probably like 100 or 160 if you're using turtles. But if you want to keep going over that limit, you can actually still continue to steal from other players, or get your alt and steal from your alt, or let your alt steal from you. Basically, whatever you want to actually do or use for the guild event. And that also leads me to tip number 8, which is to save up the guild battles objective to join a guild around the last day. That way, basically, any chances that you have of getting kicked are lowered, since things are becoming finalized in the event. And that basically means a lot of people are gonna be kicking people out of their guild in order to, you know, make more space for people that have more multipliers, especially if you're in like the danger zone. So what you want to do is basically save up all of your crops until the last day, when you can join a guild and then do the guild's objective. So that's a very important thing. And if you're not in a guild, bro, just join something. Like, it's super important, because no matter what, wherever you place, you are going to get some rewards. And 5 to 10k is 10 common eggs, and those are pretty good. I mean, if you were trying to buy common eggs off the auction, bro, you gotta pay 60 million. And oh my gosh, there's a dragon breath in stock. but 2.7 billion for that. You gotta be crazy. Yeah, for this, you can just wait for the prices to keep going lower and lower. By the way, they will. And I do still want to announce how you can enter to this Hypno Bloom giveaway, which is the new super seed, but we'll go ahead and do that in a few minutes. We only have 2 more tips left. Tip number 9 says to try and give your alt accounts a bunch of fruits with value. That way they can buy stuff from the gear shop for you at the same time as your main. That's something I've actually been using all of the time. As you can see, I have tons of watering cans. I literally have 39 of these, and then super sprinklers. Super sprinklers are down here. I have 26 more of those, and I do this for literally all of the most important stuff in the game. All I do is let my garden or my alts come steal from me, or I can just go ahead, drop the plants on the ground, and then, you know, have them come pick it up, and then basically just use the accounts in order to sell it, and then bring everything to the gear shop. That way, once the really good stuff stocks, they can basically just all buy it at once. It's a really good method, and it's gonna basically allow you to get double, triple, even quadruple if you're using 4 accounts at once. And then all you literally do is just come to your garden and mail it to your main account, bro. That is literally it. And oh my goodness, I have a lot of mail from you guys, bro. Shout out to all of y'all. Bro, how am I gonna send anything back? Guys, do not ask me for anything in the mailbox, please. It is way too hard to actually answer to everything in the mailbox. But if you do send me gifts through here, I appreciate it so much. I just wish I could reject the ones that you know, aren't gifts. They're asking me for something back, but I can't. So only send me things that you actually don't want. Bro, I'm never gonna actually finish with collecting these. Oh my god. Okay, give me a bit. Let me be in a vid, please. You're welcome, Max Lizard. Congratulations to all the people here. Y'all are all in the video. Thank you for your gifts, bro. But y'all need to calm down, man. How am I supposed to collect all of these, bro? But yeah, you can just mail your alt or your main account the items. And last but not least, tip number 10. For the fruits that take much longer to grow, you want to place the sprinklers of your choice after you have collected the stuff that's already grown. The way the game works is, since these things take so long to grow, most of the fruits haven't even actually started growing yet. So if you place your sprinkler is going to run out before the fruit can even start growing. There's like some sort of delay that they have placed on most things, like the ghost pepper, the dragon breath, the moon bloom, the hypno bloom, and all of that stuff. So for those seeds, you want to actually just go ahead, get the plant first, and then place your sprinklers, do your watering cans, and all of that stuff. You can also actually leave the game after you place your super sprinkler in case it does still run out. And that is what I would recommend you do if you don't want to use, you know, watering cans or super watering cans. But only do that for plants that take a lot longer to grow. And to be honest, those plants would be literally anything like Venus, or I guess honestly Venus flytrap and above. So if it's mythic or super, do that for it. But if it's not, then you can just go ahead, water it, and place the sprinkler beforehand. But I really do hope all of these tips help you guys out. And of course, as I promised, I'm giving away this Hypno Bloom. The thing is, for this plant, I actually went ahead and announced this giveaway in my last video if you did watch it. So if you actually go ahead, comment down below your username, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, and watch both of those videos and put your usernames in them, there is a higher chance that you can win. Your chances will be doubled. I'll go ahead, pick one from a random video, and this is all gonna be getting picked in my next video. So if you want to win, enter in quickly. And as always, a massive shout out to all of the members on the channel. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you for becoming a member. But yeah, if you want to win, I highly suggest you hurry up and pick the video on the screen right here. I went to pick it for you myself because I really think you're gonna like it, but you need to click it fast. And until then, I'll catch you in that video. Don't forget to subscribe. Until then, bye. Hurry, click it.